Welcome back to my channel. And hey, today I would like to talk about in the book of Genesis 3, Genesis chapter 3, verse, no, wait, sorry, chapter 37, verse 5 through 8. And it's going to tell you what I'm talking about too. Ready for it? Well, let's get this going. You see, guys, I've learned something. There's so much jealousy that's going on in this world right now. Jealousy and envy and rage and all that. But you should also know that jealousy hates evidence. Okay, here we are. In chapter 37, verse 5 through 8, it says, this is when Joseph had a dream. You know how God started to show you a dream? Well, listen to this. Joseph had a dream, and when he told to his brothers, they hated him all the more. He said to them, listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheep rose and stood upright while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it. His brother said to him, do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us? And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he has said. You see, Joseph was very innocent. He didn't know what was going to happen. But his brothers got very, very jealous because God has been choosing Joseph. Joseph was the chosen one. And you see, God had chose you, son, for a reason. Because whenever God told Joseph the dream, he started to boast about it to everybody. You see, he wasn't trying to boast about it to everybody. He was just excited for it too. Because not everybody was going to handle your blessing. And that's okay. Because it's been like that for years now. Not everybody's going to handle your blessing. And not everybody's going to be happy for you. Because jealousy hates evidence. The world doesn't want to see you changed. But only God sees that you have changed. But what God is trying to tell you right here is this the only way you can move on with your life is to keep it quiet. Well, sometimes you gotta learn to keep things quiet, or what, like when people ask what you're gonna do for the future, just be quiet. Just say nothing. Or what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do in life. I said, just nothing, that's all. Because it's definitely worth it to move with silence. Because when you're moving with silence, you're moving quietly with God when nobody notice. So he wants us to go around and be sneaking up like ninjas. Ninjas, they never tell everybody their business. And what ninjas do, they just move without being seen. That's what's called moving with silence. So moving with silence, it means you gotta learn to move quietly without telling everybody what you've been doing. And hey, not everybody in the world needs to know what you're doing. Not everybody needs to know what blessing you have, because hey, I know there's a lot of people out there who can't handle your blessings that God had gave you. You just got to learn to keep it on a hush. So what God is telling you is don't say anything. Just keep it private. Because, don't get me wrong, God does want you to speak out to people, but some things in life, he wants you to keep it private. Because when you're keeping it private, it means you're keeping what it is, what you got to yourself. And everything when you keep it to yourself is good. Moving with silence is good. So that way you can move on with your own life peacefully with Jesus without telling everybody that you're moving on with your life with Jesus. It's like, tell me that you're living for Jesus without telling me you're living for Jesus. And yes, there's gonna be some friends and family out there who are jealous of you, including your own brothers and sisters. Just like what Joseph had. His brothers were very jealous because God had showed them a dream about the blessings that Joseph would have. But you gotta look at it. Jealousy hates evidence, you know that? And also grieves, and words like here. I put this down Type this down in the comments or write this down in your notebook if you have it. Ninjas move with silence. It's like I said earlier, when you're a ninja, you gotta learn to be the ninja, you gotta be quiet, move on without telling everybody without you when that you're moving on. Because when you move with silence, it means you're telling everybody, well, not telling everybody what you're doing, because they may try to come out and steal your ideas. Grieves from misplaced trust. When people are gonna grieve on you, they don't clap, they copy. See? When they clap and when they don't clap, they copy. There's a lot of people saying they want to be just like you. But you can only do is just be yourself. Because you see, the way I learned about moving with silence, I say it's best to keep your life private without telling everybody what you've been doing. They're not fans, they're foes in disguise, wolves in worship clothes. You know what that's telling you? You gotta be careful around people, because like the Bible said, beware of false prophets. Inside a sheep's clothing is a ravenous wolf. And here's proximity warfare. That's another word. A person who has public praise but don't have private devotion leads to self-destruction. They see your wins but not your wounds. You see, there are going to a lot of people like that. So just don't worry about it. You just focus on what God has telling you to do. You see, it's the best thing to live your life right now is to keep it on a hush. Nobody has to know what you're doing, and nobody has to know nobody needs to know what you got, and nobody needs to know what else you've been doing in life besides, well, for example, going to stores and all. Nobody needs to know that. So remember to keep it shh, shh, shh. So that's what God was telling you. He's basically telling you to shh, be quiet. Because the more you tell everybody, the more it's gonna bring down low to yourself. You bring more lower to yourself by sharing it to everybody, but you couldn't share it to yourself. Oh yeah, and you just gotta realize, you just gotta know when to talk and when not to talk. Well, guys, that's it in the video right now. Well, I hope Joseph's dreams really help you guys. But just remember, Jesus loves you guys, and I love you guys too. And I'll see you later on my next video, okay? Bye-bye. God bless y'all.